Hello, my name is Todd Middendorf, and I'll be sharing a video about authentic learning using Canva. As an overview, we'll talk about authentic learning, using Canva for an authentic learning experience, and briefly, reflection. Authentic learning involves realistic problems or issues that communities or professionals face in the real world, and bringing that into the classroom. Some components of authentic learning involve realistic problems. Some examples might include: what are some ways we can reduce pollution in our town? How can we design a school garden that resists erosion? What are supplemental alternative energy resources that work to help power our school? Another component of authentic learning is involving real life skills. For example, designing or drafting, researching, collaborating with a team, cost benefit analysis, and using creativity. Professional tools should be used, for example, Google Maps and Google Earth, Padlet for collaboration and brainstorming, Google Forms for data collection and reflection, and Canva for presenting, displaying information. Authentic learning using Canva involves a few steps. First, we want to outline the project. Ask learners to research and solve a real life problem in a realistic way. Second, choose a format. We want to ask learners to share their findings in an infographic or presentation slides. Third, we may ask groups to consider roles. For authentic learning, students can select a realistic role like a graphic designer or a data analyst. Fourth, we'll have a plan to reflect. Reflecting on the outcome of a project mirrors and develops real life self evaluative skills. Let's explore in more detail how to use Canva. When we open Canva, we'll be presented with this screen. You'll see a row of icons representing some different formats of different templates, and there's also a search box here if you don't see what you're looking for right away. You can also put more information in the search box to be a little more detailed, to zero in on what you're looking for. I typed in infographic, and you can see a variety of different templates that will come up. We could choose one of them by clicking. I chose this one. This is shared by Bellica Design for anyone to use. And if we'd like to continue to use this template, we'll need to customize it by clicking the purple box. Once we have the template open, we'll see some other menu choices. We have File in the upper left. We also have a Share button in the upper right. This will expand to show a menu where we can add access for our collaborators in our group. It also has a purple button there to easily copy and share the link for this project. There's even a download button and some other ways to share on the bottom of this box. On the left side, you'll see a bar with some important tools. This first one here is Elements that we're looking at. When we click it, it will provide some different visual or graphic elements that we can include on our Canva. There's some categories down below that are very useful. Another option on the left toolbar is the text option. When we click that, we have the ability to add a text box. There's also a magic write option. I don't always allow this for students to use. It is an AI generative uh, process, but it can be useful in some situations. And of course, real professionals may utilize this as well. So it depends on the situation for your classroom or your assignment. At the bottom in near the center, we see a slider for size. If we slide that over, we can zoom in a little bit to our template to see a little bit better. And if we click or highlight different text boxes and different areas, we get some standard choices here for text, outlining, colors, bolding, etc. Once we've made our Canva, we want to reflect and evaluate. For example, we may use a resource like Google Forms for reflection. Learners should complete a reflection form considering authentic questions such as, what did I learn? What challenges did my group face? If I could repeat this challenge, what new approaches might I try and why? What results or solutions did we uncover? It may be useful to use a rubric for evaluation. Utilizing a rubric ensures consistent evaluation, include things like inquiry, teamwork, and creativity. Peer feedback as well can aid in communication, especially for future authentic learning projects. Thank you. Please feel free to share feedback.